Hello and welcome to another episode of Chocolate Covered Gaming. I am Hershey Bar, the Chocolate Man. You know, all the usual things you guys totally call me, because that's the thing. Here we are on our 17th episode, which is a Curly Whirly episode, because Curly Whirly over here has brought a Curly Whirly idea to the Curly Whirly table. How's it feel to be a Curly Whirly?
Okay, I'm actually going to look that up because I feel like you're lying to my face.
You never heard about a Curly Whirly, boy?
Oh, it looks like a stepladder.
It's delicious.
Huh.
Never had a Curly Whirly? Sucks to be you.
Never heard of it.
Boom. My mini game is making you Google candies.
And our audience, probably. Most likely.
Definitely. I have British family, so I have enjoyed a wide variety of delicious Cadbury treats that do not come to America, usually. Part of the power I have.
So they eat chocolate ladders in Britain?
Yes, you piece of garbage. We eat chocolate ladders in Britain.
And then you kick down the chocolate.
Yes. Then you kick it down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like this bit's run its course. All right.
Yeah. I thought that a while ago.
So we're going to keep it going, right? Grandstand this?
Of course we are.
All right, no, but for real.
But for real, you know how this works. You know, we got an hour, which we've already wasted a couple minutes on doing this horrible bit, to create a homebrew that one of us has brought to this table before us. So, Curly Whirly, what steaming pile of gold have you dropped upon my doorstep today?
Well, okay, so last week we did you. This week we did me, and somewhere in all of this recording, I had a birthday. It's going to be long in the past, but it did happen.
Happy birthday. I totally said it when I should have.
Yeah. So I thought for my next go about, you're fine. Because you're going to have to help me brew this.
Oh, fuck.
For my next go about, I want to do something a bit self-indulgent. Pretty self. People who know me know that this is a character I love to death, immortalized in my room.
Oh no.
A golden hue is often attributed to this character.
Oh no.
A very distinct profile. Hirsch, today I want to homebrew a subclass based on Iron Man.
Oh God, okay.
I know what certain people were probably thinking.
You had me very concerned.
Listen, we can't homebrew that wonderful individual, the other wonderful individual you're thinking of, because I already made a monster block for them. It's kind of unfair. It's kind of cheating to, revisit that character and make one when I've already done it on my own.
If there's one thing we care about here at Chocolate Covered Gaming, it's fairness.
Mm-hmm. And authenticity. We homebrew these on the spot.
All the authenticity, you know?
So yeah, so much Iron Man subclass.
Yep, okay, so Iron Man subclass. Got it. We can do this. So, the first part of the subclass, what class is it subbing?
All right, well...
Bow chicka bow wow.
All right, so looking at the Iron Mans, because there are many Iron Man suits, each with their own things. Like, we can make a rogue subclass based on the stealth suit. We can definitely make a berserker, barbarian subclass based on literally anything. But honestly, I want to go basic. I want to go way back to Mark III. And that is basically the first suit in the first functioning Iron Man proper suit. Because if you all remember, Mark I is the giant hunk of metal. Mark II is the silver suit made specifically to test flight. And Mark III is our actual proper Iron Man suit that does the cool walk when it throws a rocket onto a tank.
Yeah, we're talking about the Marvel movie, right?
Yes, we are talking about the Marvel movie.
Just wanted
we're not talking about the fitness thing.
Oh baby.
Dang it, that's like our second somewhat sports reference on this podcast.
We can barely handle sports, period.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Marvel superhero, the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist Tony Stark. His suit of armor.
Boy, you've been waiting for this episode for a while, haven't you?
Exactly, probably 6 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
So if we're going basic, there isn't really a lot to do about Mark III. He flies, he shoots repulsors, he's got, this, strength, and he's got the unibeam.
I think I know the class we got to do for this then.
Oh, really? What is it?
Fighter Man. Fighter
All
Man
right.
does whatever a fighter can.
All right, it's Fighter Man, a fighter subclass, martial archetype.
Martial archetype, where, kind of artificer sub notes here. And all of you wondering where I got the Fighter Man thing from, look up Jojo Cat on YouTube. He's awesome. And the D&D series.
Clarification, it's Joe Cat.
Joe Cat. I'm sorry, I made a JoJo reference. Dab on the haters.
Yes.
But yeah, no. That's a plug because I genuinely love his work. So yeah.
Yeah. We plug things we like here. Because
if you've made it to 17 episodes and haven't put that together, you may want to check yourself.
And maybe realize and reflect. But yeah, so martial archetype, we're getting features at 3rd, 7th, 10th, 15th, and 18th. So we got quite a bit because, fighters.
Yep. I think the first thing we got to work on, I think the 3rd level is the obvious one.
Oh, really? What is the 3rd level?
Obviously, the 3rd level is when you get unibeam.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Clearly. We start with probably the strongest weapon in Iron Man's armament at level 3.
Right? I mean, come on. Level 3, if you can't destroy a building, you're doing it wrong.
If you can't take out Mr. Baldman driving a giant suit of just scrap metal in a single turn, then what are you doing at level?
Exactly. Now, for real, though, you got to get the suit.
Yeah. Got to get that suit.
And I think what the suit does is I think the suit is a item you get that has a couple requirements. A, it's heavy armor for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's heavy.
B, it comes with built-in weapons, i.e. the repulsor gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll have to think of damage blocks for.
That's gonna be fun.
Yep. And are we gonna give it a fly speed off the bat?
No, I think that's something that you're gonna get later.
Cool. That's what I want to check. So I think right now it's just you obtain a suit of armor from either a benefactor or create it yourself that is AC 18, heavy, and has built-in weapons called repulsor blasts that deal, let's say, they have a range of 60 feet. They're not like super long range, but they're pretty long range.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, 60 feet.
That does 1d4 plus, or 1d4 to 1d6. We'll discuss that later. Plus what?
Yeah, okay, you know what? Level with me here. Honestly, I kind of want to make this a subclass that you want to actually pick up intelligence for.
Okay, so we're going to... So then definitely 1d4 plus intelligence.
Because, with the fighter, we'll get into this when we do our candy corner on class stereotype.
Oh God, you know what? I'm writing that down now before we forget, because that's a beautiful one.
Don't worry, I've already written it down.
You are the pillar that holds me up.
But yeah, no. But one of the things that people kind of do with fighters and barbarians is like, unless you're an Eldritch Knight for fighter, you don't need intelligence.
Yep.
And most people just kind of dump that. And so I feel like this would be a great way to challenge that, because honestly, a smart tactical fighter is probably terrifying.
No, yeah, like battle masters usually have some level of intelligence, which is cool.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I completely agree.
Because the alternative is making this use charisma. Because Tony.
I feel you.
But no, I think intelligence. Yeah.
No, I feel intelligence. I kind of like the idea that we how do I put this? I feel like we could really do something with this if we make all the abilities and maybe even the suit itself require intelligence stats.
Yeah, because of course, like, we gotta make this worth it. Like, we gotta really make your intelligence mod like take you places, because otherwise it's like,
yeah.
Well, why do I want to take this? I don't want intelligence.
No, exactly. I feel like, how about for the armor itself, it requires a minimum intelligence of 14 or 15.
Why don't you just go 16?
Ooh, okay. Full 16, I dig it. Mm-hmm. I was trying to go 15 so they still have to put points in, but they can still be at that awkward +2.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's yeah. I'll budge a bit. We'll put it at 15. So yeah, minimum intelligence of 15.
Minimum intelligence of 15 to use the armor, period. Because again, like, you have to know how to control this thing, which is very intricate and complex.
Especially in certain settings where, like, Magitech isn't a player. Like, you're creating some kind of new, completely alien to basically everyone. So if you build this armament or have it built for you, you better know how to drive it. Otherwise, it's just a useless piece of metal.
Yeah, exactly. That way, too, we can tie intelligence into damage of the repulsor blast. We can kind of flavor it as aiming at weak points.
Yeah, because I think one way we can definitely flavor it, it's like, you know how to get the best output out of your repulsors.
Exactly like I was saying. Optimize power for it. We can really take that far.
Ah, yes, I forgot. You are the mech boy. You like the mechs.
Look, yes, okay. Yes. Yes. Period. Done. Continuing on.
That's it. We're not even going to talk about your gun plot.
Look, okay. We may or may not be an idea for certain things involving mechs, which we may have also already may or may not have touched upon, because tanks are kind of mechy. Continuing on.
Yeah, really, Space Marines are just human-sized mechs.
Honestly.
Except they're not human-sized, they're huge.
No, exactly. So we should probably make a growing scale, kind of like monk weapon die, like monk damage die for the repulsor blast. But the repulsor blast is a range of 60 feet. Oh, should we? Do we want to make it so they can be used in close range without penalty, or do we want to make a second weapon later for that?
You know what? Because I am the authority on all things Iron Man.
You are.
He definitely does use it in close range, and it can get pretty
true.
He'll drop kick you and then repulsor you, yeah. I think for that, yeah, we gotta let it be able to be used. These are like if you want to offset that, maybe like to be a little bit not rebalance if we think that's too strong, but maybe cut the range down.
I was about to say, yeah. Do we want to make it like 45, 40 feet?
We can do. Because initially I was thinking 30.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. But you know what? I think we can meet in the middle at 40.
30 might be fine. I dig 30. I dig it.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, is when we've seen Tony, and I'm mainly I read the comics, but I'm going to use the movies because everyone's seen the movies.
That's fair.
When I start bringing, Armor Wars into this.
let's stop immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no,
in the movies, they don't travel that far.
they're
They
very
really-
close range. He has other
Mhm.
options for long range.
Yeah. Yeah. So 30 feet, I think, yeah, that's fine.
I dig 30 feet. And I think that's good for third level. They get plate armor.
Mhm.
And they get, daggers. Period.
Yeah.
Daggers that use intelligence.
Yeah. Just making
So
a note that there is no penalty for using those range.
Yeah, just note that down too.
Yep. All right, cool. So we've got the suit. And you'll be using this suit for another 3 levels, basically.
Yep.
And then we hit 7th level, and what do we do?
Okay, so we're at 7th level. This is where things get a little more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, this is where we give them give them something like, hey, here you go, enjoy your utility ability. You know?
Ooh, you know what?
Yeah?
The HUD. Jarvis.
Ooh, the HUD. I dig it. Now, what does the HUD do?
So one of the things that he's often seen doing is having notes on, like let's say he's dealing with the Jericho missile. Because let's go back to the first movie. He's dealing with the Jericho missile. The HUD pulls up a diagnostic of the Jericho missile. It's like, hey, here's everything that thing can do. Hey, by the way, that thing's gonna shoot. Right? It's his assistant. It's giving him intel on the fly. It's helping him be a more educated fighter so that when he goes into combat, he's like, oh yeah, that's a tank. If I shoot that, it's dead. So maybe something along that line, something that will give them some kind of an intel, or even like initially I was thinking bare bones. Because I'll be honest, I was going to play a game of Masks, which is another RPG system, heresy, I know.
Yeah.
And I had created a character that was a archetype called the Brain. And I might have created a Iron individual.
You made Iron Man. We all know.
Actually, no. I didn't because he was a pacifist, basically.
Okay.
But one of the things I did, because I don't want to go into his backstory, it's pretty long, unless you think we can.
No,
we're not.
We're nowhere near done.
Yeah, long story short, his teacher was like, here, have a weapon of war, build a weapon of war. He's like, yeah, weapon of war. And then he's like, oh crap, a weapon of war. This is bad. And then his teacher steals the suit and he has to make another suit. And that sneaky looking assistant's like, hey, that guy was super evil. I was trying to get you to, but let's build you something proper. And he's like, I don't want to build another weapon of war. He's like, you're right. We'll make you a utility machine. And one of the things he did was he had basically a helmet that he could use to scan the surrounding area. So I was thinking playing with something like, say, dark vision, or maybe even like a bit of blind sight, a bit, something to basically say that, like, one of the things that kind of ruins your day is when you can't see and you're trying to shoot the gauntlets. So that was what I was thinking for the HUD, like basically like almost like an assisted targeting system, perhaps primarily.
I dig it. So I like the idea that, like, we call the first ability the suit,
Mm-hmm.
Then we call the next one the HUD, and I like the idea that it's like 120-foot dark vision.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah.
Well, no, because here's the thing: because when we give him more long-range weapons, it needs to be able to target those too.
You're right. Right.
But also, again, it doesn't have to do more than just 120-foot dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a very powerful ability.
Oh yeah, that's strong.
We can't throw something else on because that's the usual thing. And I say 100. Right. We can do 120 feet, or we can do the usual cop out way of 60-foot dark vision. Unless you already have it, then an additional 60 feet.
Right, right.
Which
let's say you're building proper Iron Man. That 60 feet dark vision is really nice.
It's still really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know what? Let's do it that way. Let's do it the more traditional way of 60 feet, or
the proper way, the tried and true way.
The tried and true way, so people don't feel jaded. Do we want to make it if you already have it? It's a full plus 60, or do we want to make it at plus 30 if you already have it?
You know what? If you have it already, another.
Okay, yeah, I dig it. So it does that. So because we only made it additional 60 feet dark vision, basically, we can do something extra with it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I also wanted to do it, because in all honesty, I'd like to explore maybe more things with the HUD too, or at least one more thing. Unlock the features of your helmet. Just making a note here for flavor.
And how about you have advantage on perception checks? When you use sight,
or just yeah.
Because your HUD outlines targets.
Yeah, it's your spotter. It's your portable spotter.
Yeah, so you have advantage on perception checks using sight. Now we have to make sure all these come with the disclaimer while you wear the suit.
While you wear the suit.
Yeah, which is again heavy armor.
Yeah,
you may want to see if you can get enchanted to be an armor of donning and doffing because
Oh gosh, I'm kind of sad we're doing the third mark because there's one thing that I just love that Tony does in a certain film. And I'm like, oh, I'd love to be able to do that.
No, I feel you. But the fact that heavy armor takes like 10 minutes to take on and like 5 minutes to take off, like they're really going to have to consider all the penalties and bonuses to it,
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to really need to play with the idea of, hey, is this worth it?
Is this worth it? And also, like, how do you want to do this? Like you're at a pretty big disadvantage without the suit on, as you should be. You're still a fighter. You can still hold your own without the suit on. But you're not as good.
All right, so that's 7th level, the HUD.
Yep.
What's 10th level?
I think 10th level should be the weapons.
The weapons?
Yeah, I think this is where we give them the
Ooh, you know what? You know what could actually be really cool and really fun?
What?
Let the armor store weapons for you.
Ooh.
So if you want to, you're like, oh, I want to, I need my sword and shield. Or boom, right? I stored these earlier, You can only store so much, obviously, because of the suit. But the idea of, engaging in combat, and it's like, you can't hit me with those gauntlets. This is a true duel. It's like, okay, cool. Sword, let's go.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I feel like it's a little... I'm not sure. I like it, but I feel like something's off. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
I'm just like... I feel like if we do that, we kind of force them to go into a way with do I want to be dex or do I want to be strength?
I see what you mean. Yep.
Because then we start giving them weapons that don't rely on the intelligence. We kind of want to...
Do we want to give them the Unibeam?
What?
Do we want to give them the Unibeam?
Unibeam is the capstone. Unibeam is 18th.
Okay.
Which is just going to be called the beam.
The beam. All right.
The beam.
Let's see. Okay, so they have their range.
Yeah, I think the weapons... I think is what we talked about, the long... We currently have, they're close to mid-range. But they need, a one-shot / maybe, charge-based long-range option.
Are we allowed to pull from Marvel vs. Capcom?
You're the one making the rules here, chump. I made the rule of only the Sonic trailer for Sonic.
Oh, no, we can't pull from Marvel vs. Capcom, because that ability is broken, because it's just a giant space cannon.
I was about to say, are you talking about his goddamn ultimate?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so thinking about weapons, long-range weapons. Wait, what about the little missile?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The little missiles that just pop out his shoulder or pop from his arm.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one. The Tank Buster missile.
Okay, so the Tank Buster. I'm down with that. That's a great 10th level. Gives them a long range ability and also gives them an option. It'll definitely be once per short rest or once per long rest.
Yeah.
Do we want to make it once per short or once per long?
Once per short, get that synergy of what that, fighters do of, hey, look, I got a short rest. I can do things again.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so, once per short rest. You got a single missile that you can arm and fire as an action. All right, range.
120? Do we just want to make it like Firebolt?
Yeah, 120 feet. You're not
Classic.
sniping with this thing, and that's not the point, you know.
Yeah. Like you can, but it's also like you only have one charge.
Right.
So, one shot. Now, let's figure out the damage before we decide the recharge rate.
Mm-hmm.
And also, do we want this to be a single target or a AoE?
Oh, it's got to be an AoE.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah. Because I feel, well, if we look ahead, Unibeam going to be AoE?
That's fair. Also, to be fair, Unibeam's going to be a line AoE if we make it an AoE, while this is going to be a sphere AoE.
Then you know what? It's a tank buster. Let's make it single target.
Okay, single target, but
All
a high damage, high piercing kind of single target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, it did bust a single tank.
True.
So.
It just pierced. So how about, so it's got to be high damage.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we want to do this? Obviously, so make a attack roll using intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like all your other weapon attacks using intelligence.
All right, so
and
attack roll, and then
if you hit, now how much damage do we want this to do, and what damage die? Like, what are we looking at here? This is 10th level.
This is 10th level. So what kind of things are wizards doing right now?
Well, Fireball was 5 levels ago.
That was 5 levels ago. So what's the new kid on the block for wizards right now? And now we're not talking Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. If they're 10th level, they should have just gotten 6th level spells. No, not 6th level. God, no. Like 5th level spells.
They just got 5th level? They did just get 5th level. They did just get 5th level.
I'm good. I'm proud of me. I remembered.
Well, you're teaching the next generation. You gotta know.
Yep. Oh, God.
All right, so what are we looking at? Cloud Kill, Cone of Cold, Walls.
Because this is a single target, we can go pretty high on the damage.
Yeah, like, let's see, what's Cloud Kill doing? And that's AoE.
A little cloud of poison.
Wait, no. When a creature enters it, 5d8 failed. And Cone of Cold, same deal. Just to get a gauge.
They're also, to be fair, they're also saving throws, so their damage is a little on the low. Consider because there's guaranteed damage.
Right. Yeah, 8d8 for Cone of Cold. All right. So for the sake of just going, I'm going to throw out numbers, and you're going to tell me that they're broken, and then we'll get to a more proper number.
Yeah, that's how we usually do it.
All right, 12d10.
12d10. 12. Okay, hold on. This may not be that bad, actually. I'm posting out the calculator.
Wait, what?
12 times 5. On average, like if you roll 5, which is half, technically 5.5 is half, but we'll go on the lower end. That's only 60 damage. It's once per, that's not terrible at 10th level. It's really high. It's a good boss killer, but it's not exactly reliable.
Because you got to hit.
Now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to raise you one, and you're going to tell me this is broken.
All right, I'm going to stop drinking water real quick. All right, go.
8d6 piercing, 8d6 fire.
Yeah, I like that. I like rolling dice.
It pierces in first, it's a bunker buster, so it pierces in.
Yeah.
And then it explodes.
It's a bunker buster, unlike the ex-wife.
So we're looking at 16. Joke. So here's the thing. I don't think 16d6 is good. We may want to buff it to 16d8.
Okay, yeah, I'll fix that.
Because 16, average of 16d6 is 48, whereas 16d8.
Yes, I'm liking our little missile.
Yeah, 16 times 4, because that's 64. So it's higher on average than the 12d10.
Shout out to Nintendo.
Yeah. Now, do we want this to count as magical? Oh, shoot. You know what we didn't even think about?
Oh, crap, yeah.
Do the weapons have to count as magical? So do we just want that to be from the get-go, or do we want to kind of throw that on as a part of the HUD?
Yeah, we'll make it as, hey, all weapons on the thing are considered
So
magical.
we'll do that from the suit. All weapon attacks from the suit are magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance.
Yep.
So just throw that on the suit. That's a good thing we caught that.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Yep. So that's the 10th level, the weapon, or we just call it the missile. You get it back on a short rest because the suit has to rebuild it.
Yeah. And it costs an action because you're not only arming the missile, but
Yeah, no, that is definitely an action. That is...
And also, that's just cool flavor, like, me, because I put this forward. Just holding up your arm, deploying the missile, and seeing it start, like, getting ready to fly off.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the
seeing
movie.
the cogs turning, like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we're at 15th level. I think this is...
I believe I can fly.
Yeah, I think this is the boots, or, the jet. Whatever we want to say for...
Actually, it is a combination of the boots and the gauntlets, because the gauntlets are flight stabilizers.
I hate you. I mean, I know you're right, because I'm also a nerd. But you really just milked that one for all it was worth, right?
That's why I did the voice and everything.
Honestly, you were like, how do I want to do this? Oh, milk it.
That's the funny thing about the repulsors is everyone forgets they're flight stabilizers. He just accidentally realized, oh yeah, these things can also hurt.
Honestly, yes. It's great.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, flight stabilizers and such, flight.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I dig it. So now the thing is, how fast do we want him to be able to fly and how long?
Well, we definitely can't go super accurate because then that just means you just have flat flight forever.
Yeah.
Like, that's the annoying thing about the suit, is the suit just can fly. It just does. There is no time limit. He can fly from Miami to Japan, high five, Spider-Man, and then die, but then live, and he still can fly in the suit.
Yes. So how do we want to not have that happen?
Well, first thing we're not going to do is we're not going to give it fuel.
Yeah, no. I feel like maybe a time limit, or maybe, if we want it to be a, like permanent thing, maybe 30 feet. We could also just copy the fly spell.
Yeah. Honestly, 30 feet and just fly.
We just want to give him a fly speed of 30 feet?
Yeah. Just gain a fly speed of 30 feet.
You can fly speed of 30 feet. Do we want to give him anything else? I mean, that is powerful as fuck, but also...
It is. I mean, but... let's see. We've got our single target. We've got our general... Do we want to boost, like, the gauntlets while you're in flight?
Maybe. We still have to work on the whole damage table.
Right, yeah.
Which we'll do after we get everything else worked out.
Ooh, you know what? Something that we can actually, like, play with here, even though it might be a bit strong.
Yeah?
Is one of the things that, Tony does in the suit a lot, especially during combat, he uses the boosters to dodge attacks.
Okay, so do we want to say you can take the dodge action as a bonus action while you're in the air?
Yeah.
I dig it.
While in flight. Cool.
Okay, fine. We've got that. I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And as long as it has more flavor than Champion, we're doing better than Wizards.
Called out.
I love Wizards, but Champion was the reason Fighters called out as the basic bitch. So
I mean, they really want it to, though. Like,
Fighter is the reason we get called out as Champion's the reason Fighter gets called out as basic bitch.
You know what? I mean, in all honesty, this archetype is probably going to make me play Fighter, so you know what?
Exactly.
But, I mean, I also wanted it, so...
Okay.
Moving on. Alright, the beam.
The beam.
The beam.
So this is going to be AoE. This is going to be like a 10-foot wide line for like how far?
Okay, so when we've seen the Unibeam used, it actually usually stops when it hits someone. But the problem, it needs to hit someone. And now I'm not saying it's a Kamehameha going on until the eventual heat death of the universe. But it goes, you know. So, all right, if we look at the Tank Buster goes 120 feet. The repulsors go 30 feet. You want to just kind of meet in the middle there and go like 60 or something along those lines?
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, 60.
Oh man, it's almost like, we work together on this podcast.
It's almost like we've like done this too many times and we just know each other well.
Yeah, well.
So I'm thinking, 60 feet, 10-foot wide, 60-foot beam. Dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
Equal to, 8 plus proficiency plus intelligence.
Of course, your standard.
And now the question is...
Oh man,
how much Kame does your Hame ha?
Alright. So, if we get 6 people, or actually, sorry, that's 10 people, I think, every 5 feet.
Yeah. This is also, I'm going to say now, we're aiming for a once per long rest.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Always the, like, finisher.
No, this is your ultimate,
Yeah. So we got to go in on this.
Plus, also, when he uses the Unibeam, he drains a lot of energy from the arc reactor, usually rendering the suit unusable afterward. So it's very much a desperate attack.
Boy, you're really enjoying this.
A little bit.
Okay,
so long rest perfectly fits in lore. I'm doing this because I'm setting up our traps for the comic book people and the movie people that are gonna be like, well, actually, it's like I gotta set these traps beforehand. So when they're like, well, actually, me, and then it's like, haha, you've activated my trap card.
Yeah. So, I want to say off the bat because we compared last time to Wizard to see what they're doing at this level.
What are lizards doing at 18th level?
9th level spells like Meteor Swarm.
Wonderful.
Which, if everybody wants to remember, which is a spell I love, it's only verbal and somatic, with a range of 1 mile. And
I forget every time. I forget there's a mile long range.
Oh no, it gets even better. It gets even better. You drop like 4 meteors within a range of 1 mile, each meteor being a 40-foot radius sphere. Each creature in them does a dexterity saving throw. The sphere spreads around corners. Creatures can only be affected by 1 burst at a time. However, each creature takes 20d6 fire and 20d6 bludgeoning on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Thank you, wizards. Thank you.
It's one of my favorite spells because it's just go fuck yourself.
You become a shonen villain with this spell.
You really just do. So we know that's a thing.
And there's already a lot going on there.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, 20. First off, it's going to be force damage. Can we agree on that?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Oh, wait, we have to. What damage is the repulsors? Also force?
Do we want to do force, honestly? Because it is just a better repulsor in all honesty.
Yeah, I'd say force, but I just realized also for the repulsors, we never decided damage type.
We can make
okay.
Let's make those both force because they're basically the same thing.
Yep. Also, archery is probably going to be the one you take to go with your repulsor blast. Just going to call that now.
Probably. Yeah. I mean,
Actually, we'll
have
talk.
to.
I have ideas. We'll talk about this in a sec after this.
Additional fighting style.
Additional fighting style, or maybe something else, like giving the repulsor blast weapon properties. We'll discuss in a second.
Yeah.
However, I want to say like maybe we do like 20D 10.
All right, so that average would out to be 100.
This
Yeah.
is 18th level. This is goodbye.
Goodbye.
Like, to be fair, Meteor Swarm is like 120.
Yeah.
But it's bludgeoning and fire versus
And also,
force.
you're dropping it on 4 different points.
Yeah. Well, actually, maybe we want to buff it then, because 20D12? Yeah, that averages out to the same. It's only a 60-foot line. Do we want to do that? What do you think? 20D10, 20D12. How you feeling there? Which one's
I'm on something. I'm honestly on something. I'm checking something.
Okay.
I'm checking something because I want to do something potential, and I'm trying to see where the numbers could lie on this. What? Just out of curiosity, what average are we looking for? Like a number value?
That's fair. Like, most 18th levels for fighters are just like, hey, everything you do a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Question.
So increases overall efficiency. This is your ultimate, but you're giving up 4 attacks.
Is 215 average too high?
Yes.
All right, that's okay. We'll keep going. We'll keep
What
going.
dice
It's
are you
fine.
rolling for that?
Don't worry about it. Is 175 too high?
Probably. I was thinking 120 might be too high.
Oh, you saying 120 is?
That's why I was asking earlier. 120 or like 120, 130 maybe?
136?
Sure, 136.
All right, 39d6, because Iron Man made his first appearance in Tales of Suspense number 39.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Also d6s. I mean, come on. Come on.
Put it down.
Reset the clock.
Okay, so we have the beam, we have everything. Now we got to work on the pulsers. Now we can make an additional fighting style, or what I'm thinking is we can do this. We can do A, obviously archery applies, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
B, we give the repulsors weapon properties of the new weapon property close range, being able to be used in close range without penalty.
Mm-hmm.
30-foot range, light, and we create something else like mechanic that explains that why it uses intelligence. And that way, though, if people want,
I like Plan B pill. I like that red pill there. I want that. I want the Plan B pill of making it weapons.
That's the thing. That way, though, they can pick like 2 weapon fighting, and do like 5 shots a turn if they want.
Mm-hmm.
They pick archery for more like sustainable damage.
I take the red pill for making it a weapon.
So we'll write that down. We'll have to create 2 things. Like we'll have to create one called like close range, which is pretty self-explanatory, And then we'll also have to do, mechanic or mechanical, or artifact.
Also, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at what we're going to do. And so I wish to invoke something. Yep. Something sacred.
Oh, no.
My birthday wish
is
that this can go past an hour.
I think we're going to make an hour. If we need to, we can, but we have 15 minutes.
All right. I'm saying that now. Let's keep going.
Fair enough. We have 14 minutes.
Birthdays don't count, guys. Let us have
Birthdays
this.
don't count.
So keep that in mind, Hirsch.
Well, mine passed a while ago.
But we'll be coming around.
Oh God, if we make it a year. So last episode was 4 months, so we need to think of what a word that describes why we use intelligence as the attack and damage modifier. What's a good word?
What's a good smart word?
Calculated? Calculated.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Congratulations. Yes.
You named it.
Calculated. Uses intelligence for attack and damage modifiers. You can use intelligence instead of dexterity for attack and damage. You have to use intelligence for attack and damage.
And hey, you know what, Hirsch? We can probably use this later down the road.
True. So we have calculated. We can you use your intelligence modifier for attack and damage. Kind of like spiritual weapon or shillelagh, you know?
Yep. All right, next.
It's also light.
Of course.
30-foot range. Do we want to make it flat 30 feet, or do we want to do 30 foot short range, 60 foot long range?
You know what? I like having the 30-60. Yeah.
Okay, 30 foot short range, 60 foot long range. That way, disadvantage, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're light. So, you can kind of, again, go cool, 4 shots, maybe a fifth if
also
you want to do
close range.
Fighting. Yeah, and close range.
Which, do we want to just kind of write that out,
Write that. We have to explain it, but it's also,
These
weapons. How about we call it close quarters, because that sounds better.
Yeah, close quarters.
Can be used while within melee range of an enemy without disadvantage.
There we go. All right.
Now we got to do the damage table. This will also be a part of the suit. As you level up, your repulsor blast will start dealing more damage.
All right. So level damage. Yep.
So do we? Part of me, because we did start with D4s. Do we just want to rip off the monk's martial arts die?
Hey monks, give me that martial arts die.
Because it's good. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, we try to avoid doing this kind of thing often. But when D&D has given us such a perfect table,
once again, if it's not broken, we don't fix.
Exactly, because it goes from 1d4 to.
Get over here! I got this bat. You give him that martial arts die.
Oh boy, we're mugging you. Yeah, because it starts at 1d4 and it goes to 1d10, and I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1d4 from levels 1 to 4, 1d6 from levels 5 to 10, 1d8 from 11 to 16, and then 1d10 for 17 to 20.
Perfect.
Cool. I think
we've done it.
By Jove, we've done it.
It's a birthday miracle.
Curly Whirly, I'm so proud of you.
And we didn't even have to invoke the wish.
We didn't have to. Now, however, as a good friend of Curly Whirly Chris over there, thanks for doing this podcast with me, bruh. It's been a wild ride so far, and let's see how far we can ride it.
Yeah, it's been great. We've been making a lot of fun things.
But
am I to expect a kaiju on your birthday?
We've already done a kaiju.
All right, Mecha it is. He's making Pacific Rim, guys.
Oh, fuck you. So, that think that wraps us up. We have created another monstrosity from our immortal souls. Curly Whirly, can you read the people what we have brought forth into this world?
So today, oh man, you know what? We didn't even name the martial archetype.
Iron Man. No. The Man of Iron.
Now, see, honestly, I thought I was going to come up with something. So we'll just put Man of Iron, and if something cool shows up later.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, you took that so easily. I thought you were going to be like, whoa.
No, because honestly, I thought, oh yeah, we're going to name it something. And Armored Avenger? I mean, that's
Armored
just...
Avenger. I dig that, actually.
All right, cool. Stealing his name flat out. All right, Armored Avenger. 3rd level, you suit up when you get an item that is your suit. It's heavy armor. It's got built-in weapons, the repulsor gauntlets detailed below, that have a range of 30 feet, have the calculated close range and light properties, as well as the range property, and its damage scales with your level. 7th level, you have unlocked the advanced features of your helmet, allowing you to get a HUD, which gives you a 60-foot dark vision, or an additional 60 feet of dark vision if you already have the suit. You already have the dark vision trait while wearing the suit, and you have advantage on perception checks relating to sight while you wear the suit. At 10th level, you get the Tank Buster, a single missile which you can arm and fire as an action per short rest. Anything within 120 feet, a single thing, is going to get hit, potentially, for 8d8 piercing and 8d8 fire. 15th level, you unlock the Secrets of Flight and gain a fly speed of 30 feet, and while in the air can take the dodge action as a bonus action. And finally, at 18th level, you can overclock your suit's inner systems to perform the Beam, an AoE attack once per long rest, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide, forcing all targets with it to make a dexterity saving throw equal to 8 plus pretty plus intelligence, or take 39d6 force damage. And then, of course, we've made the repulsors explained, aforementioned. And that's the Armored Avenger.
The Armored Avenger. Now, as we close on this faithful eve of Chocolate Covered Gaming, I'd just like to say to all you listening out there, feel free to use these guys, and if you do use them, you do play them in your game, tell us what's up. If you have tips or tricks you feel like, that you could do better, feel free to email us at chocolatecoveredgamemail@gmail.com. That's chocolatecoveredgamemail@gmail.com. Feel free to hit us up. If you use it, we would love to hear what you thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, also feel free to send us just any email in general asking us questions or sending us requests. Your requests are being taken in and heard. And we're probably soon, maybe not this next third one out, that was usually a candy corner, we may introduce a new segment or maybe a different new segment. We have a couple things planned.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, I think we have nothing else to say.
Except
Curly
we're
Whirly?
sorry.
We're sorry. Also, you can find us at Chocolate Covered Gaming on YouTube. You may have to look really hard, but you can do
Or
it,
just
we believe.
you know what? I've tested this a few times. If you type in CCH dash whatever episode title, it might actually pop up.
Hold on. I don't believe this. Hold on. I don't believe you. I have to okay, top view, that's not right.
I know. Are you doing this not signed in though?
No, this is in a different account. I don't
Yeah.
don't
Type
like
in
this.
CCH, any of our titles, boom. Right there.
Well, that's dope. Well, I think that's the end of it. Just, the usual.
We're
Curly
sorry.
here said it, but I agree. Sorry. Just so sorry.